Hello friends and welcome back for another episode of Indie Impressions. My name is Nick and today we're checking out a platformer named Slimon by developer Bronze, published by Head Up Games. The general premise of this one is that we play as a little blob of slime with his bird friend who happens to have been eaten by a giant snakeworm monster. And most of the levels, as far as I'm aware, will have us traversing the innards of the snakeworm monster to try and find our way out, while meeting some characteristic and very strange friends along the way. So I've only played a few minutes of this, and so far my opinion has been favorable. I will say from the title screen, this music has gotten me, like, way more pumped than I even expected, honestly. This feels a bit like the intro to, like, Mega Man 2, where you get this momentum. It's like, okay, it's time to play. It's time to do some platforming. We're gonna get this done. Let's jump into things. As you can see, I've only done a handful of levels here, just to get the feel for what exactly was going to be going on for it. There are a few options on our title screen here. Level select, obviously, looks like tons of levels to get through. World 1 is the excrement fields, which we have to surmount before we can reach Oregon City. And it seems that there's like a little symbol on the edge of each set of 5 levels there. So there's like a teardrop, and then a camera, and then a death face. So it's like a boss, probably, I guess. We've also got a shopping area, which we can spend our partially digested apples, which are collectibles, and also those rotating A coins, which I'm not really sure what those are supposed to represent yet. We also have a house, which I don't know what that means exactly. Slimeson's family is worried. See what they're up to in Slimetown. And we've also got Twitch mode, speed running, some settings. I always like to look at the settings. Audio settings. It's got a master, music, gameplay sounds. I like how it says bleep bloop. And interface sounds. Nice. So it's got all the typical things that you'd hope for there. Visual settings. Classic stuff. Nothing too weird. It's even got a colorblind mode. That is always good news. Oh, okay, so we can switch it out to... That's a pretty diverse group there. So yeah, good. Everything is accounted for in that respect as well. Disable shader effects. Is that... Yeah, okay, so there's like a noise filter going over the front of everything. I kind of don't like the noise filter, to be honest, but I'll leave it on for the sake of, you know, just being true to how the game is portrayed normally. Disable particle effect. Okay, so if you're having any trouble with things, you can adjust there. In my play, I did not run into any issues. Cutscenes, tutorials, death reset. Yeah, it looks like this has all been well thought out interface-wise and option-wise. I haven't played enough to know whether I want any of those, honestly, and there's button mapping, always good. 2% completion on 3 levels finished. Let us go back to the beginning here. So Slimeson has just been eaten, and we find ourselves spit out into the scary world of worm guts. So there are a few controls. Oh, you can see also the apple core there. That's what that collectible is. Since I got it already, it's gone. So we've got jump, standard, platforming, fair. You can use D-pad, you can use analog stick if you're playing on a 360 controller, which I happen to be. Climbing up walls, fairly Meat Boy-esque. And we've got a dash move, which is mapped to either right bumper or right trigger, or both in my case. Oh, there is stomach acid coming up from the floor. I didn't know that was a thing. That is probably the thing, to be honest. Okay, so we got our Hollow Knight-esque dash. Good to know. And I guess that meter in the top left is showing us when the acid's going to come up. Okay, so this is the basic premise that we've got, is left trigger will put us through walls of the same color. So it's sort of like a polarization scheme, I guess you could say. And how they chain that together with things, that's what's going to make the platforming more interesting. As it turns out, we can also dash in other directions, too. And when we dash, time actually slows down slightly to make platforming a little bit more reasonable. You can see I'm just skipping past all the apples that I've gotten already. Freaking loving this soundtrack. It's so good. Wow, rad. The art style is really cute, too. It reminds me a bit of Downwell. In that it's got like a 5-color scheme, sort of looks a bit intentionally lo-fi, but like everything's got this really cute aesthetic to it where there's so much character oozing out of everything. I mean, oozing is probably the word to say here, considering the central conceit has to do with stomach acid. You can fall off a ledge and jump midair. Cool. We want to avoid those red edges. Those are instant death obstacles. And so this is an opportunity to show what happens when you use the transform morph ability in action. What's kind of nice too about the stark color contrast and all of that is that essentially in very quick order you'll be able to learn danger objects are red, morph objects are green. That's kind of like the way that goes. And then the idea is, with just a little bit of time and practice, hopefully this will become second nature. And you won't really have to think very much about your traversal mechanics. You just kind of go. So I guess taking a cue from Mirror's Edge, using a color to signify cues it's a good idea if you want a game to be played quickly, and I believe this game does desire that. As you can see, the timer at the top ticking down at all times. You can also hit Y to center the camera on the character if things feel a little bit far away for you. I prefer it a little bit zoomed out, but maybe there's times when you'd want one over the other. So we're flying through these levels. I'm hardly even commenting on the level design at the moment. It's intuitive, and it's getting the job done for tutorialization, getting a little bit of a foothold on what we're supposed to expect from things. Oh, we found Duck Norris. Yo, Slimeson, you got swallowed too? Hell yeah, buddy. I heard there's a town of survivors in here somewhere. Yeah, me too. I bet they're exactly to the right of us right now. Called Slum Town or something. I'll see you later. I'll see you there later, buddy. Oh, uh-oh. The acid has not stopped falling. Uh-oh. Okay, well, you know what? That's fine. We'll just, like, do that without talking to the NPC. It's a little weird the timer doesn't stop, since they want you to talk to the NPC, but, like, they don't give you a chance to actually do it. Not sure how I feel about that. Also, I should mention the controls. They are tight, but they are fairly full of friction, if that makes sense. Like, the amount that you jump vertically is very minimal. I'm getting hit a few times here. Which is, I think it's very much intentional to give the player a bit more control. What is going on with that apple? It's got red going on it. Oh, never mind. So it might take a little bit of getting used to. You don't have nearly the air control that you would have in something like Super Meat Boy. But the other side of that same coin is you have a little bit more precision control when it comes to making moves that are in sort of a more granular distance. Oh god. Going back on those is going to be a little tricky, isn't it? I can tell already, since we're very early in the game and I'm already dying a few times, there's probably a pretty good degree of difficulty to this game, and I like that. Oh, the green ones don't even hurt you. Even if you just run into them, they don't break or anything. Or they don't hurt you, they just break away. Ah, I can't get the distance off the top of that thing. I feel like as the sort of completionist that I tend to be when I play games like this, I'm gonna have a very difficult time leaving anything behind. Oh, God. Ah! I'm already feeling like leaving this apple is just not an option. It may be an option for you, rest assured. But even if things are getting a little bit difficult and it seems a little minorly frustrating at the time, the game does a good job of putting you in a mindset of just being sort of in it for the ride, very much the way Super Meat Boy does. The pulsating walls of the worm's interior are there to give you that feeling that you're in the moment. You're in the internal dance club that is this worm. Ah, I keep freaking hitting up by accident when I mean to hit left. Very early in the game to have such a precision platforming challenge, to be honest. But again, it's optional. I'm just making it more of a thing than it should be. I want to learn more about this cute little bird friend that hangs out with me here. Oh, I think there's a slight cooldown on the dash. I don't think I can do it directly after landing. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Also, the vertical distance you get from the dash... Oh, goodness. The vertical distance you get from the dash going up is not nearly what you get going horizontally. So that is something to consider when you're trying to make your moves. See, yeah, so I go and do the dash. You know what? I should just stop doing the dash. This isn't Hollow Knight, and I'm getting myself into more trouble than anything else. Instead of the dash, we're just going to hold, and we're going to jump through. We're going to use the time slow, and that makes it a lot easier. Press down to unstick. Okay, so if you touch a wall and you get sticky... You should touch fuzzy, get dizzy? No, you should probably just hit down. I think that's a lot easier. Okay, so when things get a little too wild, a little too chaotic, just jam on that left trigger. Oh, careful now. There we go. They're getting a little bit more momentum back. So I can bounce through one of them. No, I can bounce through multiple, but I seem to be burning. In order to make actual progress through that, we are going to want to just hold the morph button. And we're gonna wall... Oh, that was weird. I don't know if it's my D-pad or what, but I seem to be making a lot of silly mistakes with regard to pressing down or right. I guess your mileage may vary with regard to that kind of thing. I am very well practiced in the pressing of buttons in various directions. However, occasionally, even a simple thing can get the best of me. Yeah, there's something going on here. I can't quite figure it out. Oh, right. You have to smash through those. And I want this apple. Yes. Delicious apple. I like the Granny Smith digested apples. It counts your jumps, it counts your dashes, it counts your deaths, and super jumps. I guess super jumps are when you dash upward. Oh, this is like a super massive block. So we can push that down, just for the fun of it, I guess. We can dash into blocks to give them a bit more of a shove. That one seems like it's gonna just break up in the acid, or whatever that happens to be. And then we need to do a super jump to grab that apple. No big deal. So my observation at the moment, oh, that falls all the way through, is probably that the difficulty pacing for that one level seemed drastically harder, because all of these other apples do not seem anywhere near as difficult. But it could also just be me being a freaking dumbass or something. I don't know. Alright, so I just want to finish this group of levels, and then we'll take a visit to the shop. Right? That's a terrible idea, what I just did there. How do I get over successfully? Oh, dash back? I think you jump out, then dash back. I just kind of screwed it up. That will work. Okay. That was pretty risky, but it worked. Oh. Wow, okay, I didn't die. I thought when it was 1 pixel away from that edge, that it might be my death. Oh, this is almost a puzzle. And this is La Mulana, aka 1001 Spikes, aka many difficult puzzle platformers. There we go. I want to push this over a little bit more, just for the funsies, and out. Congratulations to me. Did a little bit better on this group of levels. I want to look at the level select again. So that was the first set of 5, it seems, is now completed, and all apples have been gotten. Let's go to Slum Town. Town Market, Worms. Okay, so each of these are a screen that you can visit. The Shady Outskirts, the Dojo Playfield Financial District, Ahiko Worma. That was probably like Akibara Worm Center. Let's just start at the beginning, I guess. I really like the style of this. Like, everything's so silly. It's got a little bit of a dark edge to it as well. I mean, obviously, you're digesting as a slime. But, like, why are you a slime? Who knows? So this is Fernando. He's a wisecracking frog, I guess. And he looks to be selling pills. So welcome back to my shop, Slimo. You're in need of a pick-me-up yet? Oh, right. Okay, so I guess we could jump and shop with him. Oh, this is interesting. What is all this? Jumps higher but walks slower. Kawaii-san jumps higher but is also more floaty. Oh, so we can kind of modify our loadout, as it were. Crazy-san, faster, always dashing, but can't be still. Evil-san jumps higher, dashes further, but can't walk. Spring-san dash down for super bounce, can't dash up. There's so many. So this would really change the game. So I made a bit of a comparison to Downwell in terms of the graphical aesthetic, but this reminds me a little bit of the starting characters in Downwell as well, that you could pick a different, essentially, playstyle that might feel more useful to you. Can dash twice but walks slower. Dashes further but jumps lower. God, there must be a ton of these apples then if you can get all of these. Daughter-san can jump twice but can't dash. Oh, I like the idea of a double jump. Double jump's always the way that you win this type of game, isn't it? Jumps higher but walks slower. What's the... Yeah, jumps higher is also more floaty. I wonder if that might be also to my style. Alright, I'm gonna take the big 20 stack and I will buy floaty Son. I also want to know what those A button tokens mean. Okay, yep, so I am this character now. I guess you change characters. Oh, it's real floaty. Okay, it's way more floaty than I thought it would be. Well, you have great air control. I don't know, we'll see how that manifests in the actual game. This one sells art. I don't know what that means exactly. Oh. Dynamic run, Slime Son run. Change side art. Oh, okay, so it's just to give you a bit more flavor. If you want a different color. That's kind of cool. And what do you do? Oh, you're terrifying. But also kind of cute. Arachnia. Oh my gosh. Darlings, I must be blind in all my eyes. This reminds me a little bit of Undertale, actually, the way that the text is delivered. Or, I guess, more specifically, Night in the Woods, because I've just been playing that recently, and it also has a little bit of the, like, shaky text and the very emphatic text. Are you two, like, a bunch of nudists or something? Ew. This is so not okay. You talking about my bird? Like, totally anti-fetch. Stop trying to make fetch happen, Arachnia. It's not gonna happen. Oh, I have an idea. Let me dress you. Makeover time. I guess we're gonna buy clothes from her. Probably could have been able to tell given what was floating over top there. Oh, you get a little bandana, little glasses, a little hat. Birds seriously need pants. But which way would you put them on? Horizontally or vertically? That's a dumb question. Fake arms. Adorable. Is that what those are? They look very odd. Little bowl haircut. Also cute. Rock out to some jams. Cute bow for a cute bird. Aw. Okay, this is adorable. No longer a bird, but a rooster. I want to see what Slime Son can wear. Okay, some of the same ones, actually. Did that say... Yep, it does. A provocative bunny outfit. It looks like some of these things don't quite fit the same because I'm playing as a slightly smaller version of Slime Son. Nerd glasses. Twirly mustache. Oh, this is great. Alright, that's gonna be fun to collect all the things. Oh, so some of these areas I don't think you could reach unless you get a certain character. Because I saw there was all this stuff over top, so I guess this is just like an overworld where you can hang out and look for stuff. Hey, look! It's a new friend. Slithera. Slitherta. Oh, a visitor! I thought her eyes were her blushing cheeks for a second. It's much cuter if you just cover the red eyes and imagine that the cheeks are the eyes. Have you just been eaten? Welcome! This place isn't so bad after you get used to it. Oh, used to the smell. Why am I up here? I can't get used to the smell. Oh. There seems to be an object inside of the wall there. Oh, and there's a bad guy. I didn't even notice that at the top. And what do? Free? Wah! Why is everyone walking through my apartment? Oh, man. The low rent makes sense now. So I can just visit these apartments. Can I, like... I guess I could probably buy one of my own, right? Because that's what the house was about. Who's this? Stan Leet. I get it. Ah! Don't do that. You scared the living boo out of me. Can't just barge in like that, like some hero of time. Zelda reference. You gonna smash my pots next, bro? I've been to the war, dude, in Call of Duty. He's covered wars, you know. So I scare easy, okay? I can still see the digital blood. Wow. Making fun of PTSD. That's a weird joke. Anyway, I can sell you some cool shaders if you like. Oh, I do like shaders, though. I'm like an upgrade shop for bounty hunters. You know, if this were a game, obviously, I would like to see what your shaders are. Can I preview them? No. Okay, so it just sells you different noise filters, I guess, to put over top. Oh my god, Virtual Boy! I kind of wish I didn't spend all of my apples right away, because I would like to maybe buy the Virtual Boy one. Alright, well, I'm getting the impression that I could probably easily spend 5 hours playing this, which is usually a good thing. I'm actually quite enjoying this. Very little in the way of negatives. I guess a lot of the negatives, if there are any, are going to come in over time, whether or not the difficulty curve feels fair and seems to progress in a meaningful way. It seems to have a ton of features. It's got rankings, it's got time trials, it's got Twitch stuff, collectibles everywhere. Maybe I'll just do like one more. Wait. Oh, does it not unlock the next level if you don't go to it? That's a bit weird. Because, like, I did all this stuff already, and it didn't carry over. Right? There was no way for me to get back to... Yeah, the next one's locked. Oh, wait, no, 6 is over here. Okay. Well, that's weird. I expected this to work just like Super Meat Boy, where you go 5, and then you go down. But now that I look at it, if there is a thing at the end of each section of 5, why would it be on the right? It would be on the left. Okay, so that's just a case of me not being very observant. Never mind. Everything is fine. We'll do one more set then. I'm enjoying this game. I would probably recommend it. Granted, I don't know what the final price is going to be, but it is out tomorrow on Steam. So if you are interested in looking into this, I would say check that out. It seems like there's plenty of content. I don't know the overall, like, hour count that's going to be for this one. But given just, you know, it says how many levels. I think there's like 200 levels altogether. I feel like that's going to keep me going for a good while. Oh, he's so floaty! This is not the right character for this. I just keep getting whacked by those... whatever those are, slidey bits. Quick settings. What can you change from quick settings? Oh, it's just options. Cutscene viewer, language section settings. Those are not accessible from here. That's okay. I wonder if... would I like it better, though, if when you unlock things, if maybe you could just change them from the settings? Unless... does that happen? No, it doesn't look like it. Yeah, so that would be kind of nice to not have to go back into the town and then run away if you just want to, like, experiment with a different shader or like a different costume or something. Having to kind of stop what you're doing, then go over to the slum town and then equip it and then go back to the game. Not that those are a big deal or anything, it just isn't quite as efficient as I guess it could be. Also, it says normal mode, as opposed to what mode, though? Oh, I guess probably as opposed to time trial mode. I think that was also a thing. But yeah, again, the music is fantastic. The graphics are minimalist, but in a charming way. I was a little worried that given that it's so, like, lo-fi, I would find it frustrating not being able to see what's foreground and background easily because of the fact that it alerts you to colors that are sort of good signifiers. I don't think I'm going to have that issue mostly. And honestly, it seems like the way the game's supposed to be, that it's this lo-fi, pretty experience. Obviously, a few people are going to be turned off by that. I can't really help that. That's just the way these kind of things go. Also, I just realized the worm is farting. Or pooping, I guess. Yeah, you can... so it's running over the landscape and leaving behind its excrement fields. I get it now. So yeah, a bit of an offbeat, strange game, but one that I can recommend. Slimon, pretty cool. I'm going to leave us off there. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like on it. I do appreciate it very much. I know Indie Impression's not a regular recurring series anymore, but I would like to maybe see if we can get things stepped in the right direction again. So, of course, any support for the series you can give is very much appreciated. And if you want to go check out prior episodes, there are over 1,000 that have come to exist over prior years. So feel free to check out the playlists. There's like 5 of them with 200 each. So have a good time, enjoy. There'll be a link for this game in the description if you want to go pick it up. And as I said, I pretty much recommend it. I'm going to probably check out more of this in the future, maybe play it on some streams or whatnot. And let me know if you'd like to see that as well. So I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great night, everybody. Later.